Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Sassy Reads, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the books that I read in 2018. So, I actually finished a whole entire trilogy in the month of April. I read the Lord of the Rings Trilogy, which is nice because technically it's all one book that's been separated into 3 novels. I read The Fellowship of the Ring, I read The Two Towers, and I read The Return of the King. But I actually didn't read these editions, which is why they look so pristine and nice. I listened to the audio adaptation that was done in like the 80s by the BBC radio. And I enjoyed them quite a bit. I'm not going to do like an individualized trilogy review for these books because technically I haven't read the actual trilogy. I read an adapted version, well, an adapted audio version, and so it was a really nice experience because it's full cast. There's music, there's sound. It was like listening to the film. It was really nice and calming. I gave 4 stars to The Fellowship of the Ring. I like The Lord of the Rings for what it is. I actually remember seeing the first movie back when I was like in kindergarten, so like I have like nostalgic feelings towards the films, but they're not a favorite for me, mainly because I feel like they're so long. There's so much going on, and sometimes it's easy for me to get sucked out of this world, and I feel like that's where I struggle with Tolkien, especially when I read The Hobbit back when I was in high school. His writing style is a little bland, and so I feel like with this huge overflux of information, it can be a little much. But I enjoyed it. So 4 stars for the first novel. Then for the second novel, I also gave it 4 stars. This one's probably, I think, my least favorite out of the trilogy, at least listening wise. Yeah, it was just, I found myself losing interest in it, and it's like not a very long audio book either, so I was like, I'd like find my eyes just glazing over, like I can't. So, but at the same time, like when I was really interested, I was invested, and I was like enjoying the pacing and the plot, and it was moving along really nicely. The adapted versions are quite well done. And then we go on to the final saga within this tale, The Return of the King. I gave this one 4.25 stars. This is my personal favorite out of the trilogy. Probably because it's the ending and it just feels so final and it's so well done. So yeah, I enjoy these quite often. Not often. I enjoy these quite a lot as far as them being adapted for audio. I do recommend them. I do plan on going and reading this trilogy though, physically, like with my eyes and not with my listening. But that'll be a while. Maybe like when I have kids and I'm like, oh, we'll read them together, and that's not happening anytime soon, so it'll be a while before I get to these. Then I read an ARC that I received from NetGalley for review. It is called Love and Death in the Sunshine State, The Story of a Crime by Cutter Wood. I gave this book 1.25 stars. You guys, this one's not good. It follows Cutter Wood as he is exploring this murder in this town where he went and visited a hotel, and his connection to the hotel owner who goes missing. That part itself is interesting. I was like, okay, I can get into the mystery of it, but this isn't a true crime novel. Don't let it fool you with the marketing. This is Cutter Wood talking about himself and his own introspective thoughts on writing and reading, and his relationship with, I think, his fiance or wife now. That's why I got 1.25 stars. I skimmed any part that wasn't about the crime because I was like, this isn't what I came here for. I requested this because I was a true crime novel. It says the story of a crime, not the story of a crime, and my love life. So yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I have a review written for it. I will leave a link to that down below in case you want to know my full thoughts. and see if it's a true crime novel that you're interested in checking out. I'm not going to completely say don't check it out if you're a fan of true crime. You know, some people really enjoy true crime with the writer's own take within it. You know, kind of like Capote. Capote sprinkled in a little bit of himself in Cold Blood, but this is not Capote, so I do not know. Pick it up at your own discretion. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Then, after that, well, in the middle of my Lord of the Rings trilogy listening, I got the audiobook of Coraline by Neil Gaiman, narrated by Neil Gaiman. You guys, you want to pick up any audiobook by Neil Gaiman because he narrates them, and he is a fantastic narrator. This audiobook was just so creepy and well done. I gave Coraline 4.5 stars. The only reason why I didn't give it 5 stars, if I'm being honest with you, is because the ending wraps up so quickly, and I was like, this is it! I want more creepiness! I want more! But it's so fun to hear, like, the singing and the creepy crawly things and Coraline's other mother, and you know, like, I'm kind of biased because I have a deep love for the film and just for the concept of the story in general, which, keep in mind, I think the movie may be a little better than the book, although I just really love Gaiman's storytelling, so I don't know. There's no Why Are You Born here, you know, Whitey, is that what they call him in the movie? He's not in here, which that was a whole, like, movie thing, which I did not know that. I was like, what? Where is he? But there is a talking cat, which is great because, like, he's my favorite thing about Coraline. Yeah, but I did really just enjoy listening to this, and it's a shorter audiobook, so you can get through it quickly. I highly recommend the audio. Like, I think if you're looking for something a little bit more creepier, but also, you know, something that isn't, like, horror on, like, horrifying levels, Neil Gaiman's childhood favorite for a lot of people is Coraline, so I think that's a good route to go. Then I read my first physical ARC in quite some time. I got an ARC. I won this. It's called Song of Blood and Stone by L. Penelope. This is the first book in the Earth Singer Chronicles. I gave this book 3.25 stars. It follows Jasminda, who lives in the border of Elsira and Lagrimir, and she is actually a mix of both, which means she can speak both languages, which is very uncommon because usually I think it's the Elsirans cannot articulate the Lagrimirian language because of their vocal capabilities with their tongues. So it's interesting stuff, right? Well, she has this magical power, and she's an earth singer, and so she's able to heal, read emotions, and control things, but her powers are weak compared to, like, her other siblings who have gone missing, and she's facing persecution, Elsira, because she is a colored woman, and the Elsirans are white, generally, and she ends up meeting Elsirian, who's posing as a Lagrimi soldier, and yeah, he's on a mission to resell the mantle, which is this magical border. Let me show you the map. This is, like, what the layout of the land looks like. Yeah, this is an adult fantasy. It's not bad. It has tropes that I hate, though. I hate hidden princess tropes. So yeah, that's pretty much why I get 3.25 stars from me. It kind of ruined my enjoyment of it. I have a full-length review down below. I would recommend checking it out. This book may be something that you're interested in. It was a kind of miss for me, but not a complete miss, which was why it was 3.25 stars. So yeah, check this one out. It may be, like, a favorite for you. I really enjoyed Penelope's commentary on social climate and how it translated into fantasy. So yeah, this may be something you're interested in. Yeah, so these are the books that I've read. My favorite is Coraline. Let me know down below in the comments if you're planning on picking up any of these. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, and happy reading!